It's Peter, and this is a quick live stream to, well, help you understand what Plutio is. It's our project management system, well, a project management system that we use. But I'm going to help you quickly understand how it works, what the pieces are, and really just get quickly started on it. So we use it for all our projects, and the founder, Leo, that's his picture right below. Oh, you can't see my screen yet. But he's a really cool guy. It's in very active development. And this quick live stream is going to be a very quick walkthrough. Leo has been gracious to provide me with a quick little test account. So I'm going to walk you through the whole system and show you how it all works. So this is the Plutio website, plutio.com, and that's Leo. That's what I was talking about, this little icon. That's him. He's pretty active. It is in active development, and if you want to see roadmap, and if you want to see how it's all progressing, you can check out their roadmap over here. My browser's a little bit slow, so please do watch out for that. But yeah, that's where it's progressing a lot. He's done a lot. He's got Inbox and the API out recently, so that's actually kind of cool. So yeah, we're gonna get quickly started with this thing because the system is rather comprehensive, and this is just a quick. This live stream is just a quick walkthrough to show you what pieces are and some pieces that people miss once in a while. So let's jump in. So once you log in, I have a little fake company called Plutio. Very original name, of course. This is a completely brand new account. So once you log in and see things, well, and log in and make an account, this is literally what you'll see once you log in. You'll see much of nothing, really. You have no tasks, you have no projects, no invoices created. But what the system in total has available, you have tasks. These could be tasks set just to you or to somebody else or to a combo of people. You have projects. You can define projects kind of how you want to, and I'll show you guys how I do the project stuff. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. Then you have invoices. Invoices are different than proposals, but invoices are the, hey, we need money from you. Subscriptions are the, hey, we need money from you recurringly. And in terms of subscriptions and pieces like that, there are billing, billable invoices, and recurring invoices. So recurring invoices are just an invoice that's sent at a set time, but that the client can pay whenever they want. But recurring billing is where they're billed automatically. That's the one I personally like. So, but we'll get into that in another video. Proposals are the, hey, this is what we're going to offer, and once they accept the options or items inside that proposal and pick and choose which ones they want, if that's what you want to offer, then the invoice is created automatically if that's how you set it up. Then there are people. This part's still being built up, but I think it's actually pretty darn cool for now. You have contacts and companies. Companies, you can't currently bill a proposal or an invoice to a company, at least as far as I know, but that's in the works. But yes, you can have people or contacts associated with companies and all that fun stuff. So that part is getting pretty cool. You have your calendar. This calendar is completely independent of any other system, but you can link it to a Google Calendar, which is super duper handy, especially on our main corporate account. Inbox this has been in the works for a good long while. These are the conversations, or the full list of conversations that are going on internally in the team. And lately, thanks to all the awesome stuff that has came out, you can put a chat widget out there in the world, which means it's not just a conversation here internally. It could be a conversation out there, well, in the world with people. Basically, a live conversation could be a little help desk thingy. That's how I'm going to be setting this up. Ticket center type thing, because once you have a conversation, you can create tasks from the conversations and all those fun things. Anywho, and then you have timesheets. Of course, this one doesn't have any timesheets yet, but the important stuff I want to get through in this introduction are some business details. It's very important to set all this up, because if you don't, it's going to make life a little bit more difficult in the future. So set up your business details. Your login info, this is your own personal login. This is your stuff, only applicable to you. Your business details, very, very important to set up. Your currency, hourly rate, time zones, and all those stuff. So I'm not going to be setting these up in this video because I don't have too much time today. These are your contact details, your business address, your open hours, generally applicable to any public chats and public info shown. We don't use this one too much, but we'll get to it additionally. This is stuff that will be eventually more applicable to invoices and proposals. For now, it's just stuff you can add, as it says, in the from section in invoices and proposals. Brand interface. This is more applicable if you get the white label, which I recommend you do. And I'll be showing you that in another video. White labeling allows you to change all the invoice colors, all the branding coloring around here, all the styling up here, background colors, colors on invoices, proposals, and all those things, and have a custom domain. For example, our company, we have our company name .plutio.com, but we also have projects.sacalafia.com. So very useful to get this. I think it's well worth it. But you can also change the basic stuffs here. So it's actually pretty useful. And I do, like I said, I do recommend that, which I'll show you in how that works in another video on setting all that up. General settings, these are the features that you can turn on or off, depending if you're using them or not. And this is applicable eventually to roles and permissions, which is pretty kind of useful. And they have a dark theme now, which is pretty freaking cool. I love the dark theme. Then you have notifications. The one piece that a lot of people get hung up on is, hey, I was working on the system and I'm not getting notifications. What you'd want to do is go into notifications here and set, oh, always send me notifications. That's what we have. Before they put this setting in, there were a lot of issues, including with our own clients, about them working on something, we sending them a notification, and then them never getting the notification email or anything. But this is here now, and I usually always say, hey, just, even if you're online, I always set it to always. Makes life a lot simpler. Then you can set what kind of notifications you want and where you want them from. Me as the business owner, I want kind of everything. Kind of useful. You can send your own email addresses. Very useful once you have white label inbox. This is where you set the colors for your messengers and your canned responses for your messengers being the live chat widgets. So we'll go over messaging and chatbots and all that fun stuff in a separate video just for chatbots. We have templates. We're going to be spending a whole lot of time in this Plutio educational series just on templates, because templates are literally the lifeblood of what we do in our business. Because without templates, we have templates for what a full project looks like, what a web development single regular task look like, what's an emergency task look like, what are the steps inside there, how do we create a single page, how do we compile a project into development, what are the processes for the designer to hand off the raw files or the deliverables to a client, et cetera, et cetera. So all that is in templates, including proposals, contracts, invoices, et cetera, et cetera. Very, very important. So we'll be going over a lot of that. And this is super duper important. So make sure you set those up for yourself when you can. And I will be going over examples in a future video. Project statuses. This is really cool. This is really helpful for keeping track of what is where. We also, and I'll show you this on our own corporate account eventually, but these are kind of useful, but we also have a delayed because of a client, because we like to know kind of more information. We have a backlog and a few other things. We also have a favorite, because see how you can reorder these? The order of these here determines the order that they're going to show up in your projects. So we have a project status called order, or we have a project status called favorites, and favorites is on top. So then when we go to projects, our favorite projects, in our case, that's our internal projects, go up top. Custom fields, we'll go over through custom fields and eventually, but this is the custom little tags you can make into tasks, projects, and all those fun things. So if you have a project that's just WordPress, you can tag it as a WordPress project. If you have a task that's just design, tag it as just design. You can tag it by year. Honestly, you can do it anything, because these are fully custom fields and very darn useful. Then you have your task reminders. I personally keep this on top because I like my new tasks to be always created on top. And task reminder default. I have this on 5 minutes. Honestly, I'm probably going to change that to 30 minutes sometime soon, though. Invoicing, especially if you're going to be doing invoicing through Plutio, make sure to set this up on one of the first things you do, because you do want to get paid. Though currently they only have direct payment, PayPal, and Stripe. I hope they get other options in, but to me personally, not applicable, because we do everything through Stripe. The one thing I do hope that they update is how the invoice numbering and formatting works, because I need a few more options. For example, I need like customer's name in here. That's what I need, really. But that's another You can issue your taxes and your basic terms. You have your proposals, same thing with the numbering, permissions. Spend a lot of time here, especially if you have a larger-ish team. Spend a lot of time creating your team roles. We have developer internal, developer junior, developer senior, client developer, client designer, client consultant, etc. We have all these roles and they have various permissions about what they can and can't do in the system where applicable. So we spend a lot of time in there, and I hope you do too. These are your basic permissions, by the way, for the calendar, and you can, like I said, you can sync it with Google, Apple, and Microsoft apparently. So that's new, or at least important to those. But yes, you can definitely sync it with Google Calendar. A lot of us use this, many don't. So I hope eventually there's sync with other calendars as well. But here are your stuff. API Manager, that's a conversation in and of itself, which I will do a full nerdy video just on the API because there's so many fun things we can do with that thing. And some people have already started developing plugins and apps and cool things to do with that. So I'll show that in another video. But this allows you to connect other third-party applications to Plutio in a organized, sensible way. And the beta program is the beta program. It has new features. I do not actually recommend this. There's some cool stuff in here. You can test new stuff before it's live into the public, but I do not recommend it, mostly because if you're running a business, you need something stable that works and is generally bug-free. Beta is not guaranteed to be that. And when you're running a business, you don't want things mucking up with clients and in your processes. So I recommend leaving this off on live projects. And if you're really running your company through Plutio, if you're playing around, yeah, go ahead. But on live and actual production systems, leave it off. So anywho, creating tasks, and this is where I'm going to leave you off for today. Creating tasks. You can create tasks inside projects or just a task here randomly. So we can make a sign up for Plutio task and then start a timer immediately while creating it. You can set when the task is supposed to start. So let's say you have a migrate the website project, right? You can start it on some past date or future date. And when is the task due? So let's say it's due tomorrow. You can set the time. We can select the time right there. Personally, I wish this interface was a little bit better, but it worked for now. You can set the time when it's due. You can delegate it to somebody else. Because this is a brand new account, there's only just me. You can delegate it to somebody, followers, people who it's not their task, but they're following along and will get notifications specifically from this task. Speaking of notifications, if you are not a follower of a task, you will not get notified unless somebody adds you as a follower or tags you specifically. So I'll show you what I mean. And custom fields, we'll get to that in another video. So we have a little task there. Huh? I broke it. Oh no. My little task didn't show up. Well, so apparently Leo has something to fix because there's no projects or anything. So we'll see how that works. So let's see if we can break this more. Haha. We found a bug live. That's fun. So let's actually add a project in that case. Projects are pretty simple to create. I'm just going to call it dog shop. I love dogs, so you can create a project from a template. You can add contributors, people who will be part of this project. They're not contributors and they're not a co-owner or owner. They won't be able to see all the projects. If they're anything other than owner or co-owner, they're not a contributor. They're not going to see the project. So any teammates, including clients and clients team, you want to add them as contributors. For now, I'm just going to create a basic project. I'm going to add my tasks here. That's kind of easier. Tasks are organized into task boards and task groups. And we'll explain that in another video. So here's my new task. And if I had Bob Smith here, which I'll add in another video, we can add them as a follower. Or we can write, hey, @ the @ sign. I don't know if you can see this, but that little @ symbol. And then you can type in the person's name. In this case, there's only me. Now, here's a quick little trick. If you delete, you can just put their first name, which is what I mostly do just for sanity's sake. I hope they add that as a feature eventually so that I can just say, hey, @Peter instead of hey, full name. But that's down the road. And then they'll be notified here or if you add them here. So that's the quick little overview of Plutio for now. Like I said, this is just a quick intro. And from here, this is going to be a Plutio series. I'm going to be jumping basically per section on of Plutio, of what's going on, how to do things, showing you examples. If you're wondering, by the way, what's that? That's just my LastPass, which is, yeah, LastPass has been weird lately. But I will be going through projects, task boards, how to set it up, templates, custom fields, and all that. So stick around for the future videos. They'll be posted here and in the Plutio Facebook group, which I recommend you join. And that's it for now. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat message area or shoot me a comment, and I'll make videos about any requests specifically. But for now, I'll be just going down my little task list, because I do have a task list of what videos I want to create. And we'll see you in the next series. Bye.